Well, the NFL playoffs will get underway this weekend, but there's one city celebrating not making it to postseason. The Cleveland Browns didn't win a single game this season. The team was 0-16. They're the second team in NFL history to go winless through a 16-game season. A fan organized a parade around the stadium, which will form a zero, representing the number of games that it won. CBS Sports Reiter, the host of Reiter the New, Bill Reiter, is here to talk about this and more. Really, are the Browns on board with this?
I'm not sure the Browns are on board, and not every fan is on board, but far be it from me as a long-suffering, now happy Cubs fan to tell Browns fans how to deal with their sorrow and the misery of having to root for that organization. It is weird, it is strange to celebrate and do a parade around one of the worst teams in the history of sports.
All right, well, look forward to watching that one. I got to ask you about Boston. We know it's cold there, but apparently so is the relationship between Patriots owner Bob Kraft, Coach Bill Belichick, and superstar quarterback Tom Brady. What is going on there?
So Seth Wickersham, reporter at ESPN, old college buddy of mine, and a very well-regarded reporter, has broke the story that these three gentlemen do not get along. There's a schism between them. There could be a breakup. And what's amazing about it is I have never seen in sports a story not just making this much news, but so much reporting on the reporting in advance. It's very similar on the politics side to what we've seen from the Michael Wolff book as it relates to the White House. Seth Wickersham's report really brings an end to the one Camelot we've seen in the NFL in the last 20 or 30 years. As much as people hate the Patriots, they're the best dynasty I think we've ever seen. It's the most impressive coaching job we've ever seen from Belichick. It's the most impressive quarterback we've ever seen from Tom Brady. And according to the reporting from Seth Wickersham, there are egos that are involved. These guys are starting to want the credit. There could be a breakup, a lot of things, including that the owner, Bob Kraft, forced Bill Belichick to trade away Jimmy Garoppolo, his quarterback of the future. You don't do that to Bill Belichick and hope he sticks around. So they're going to be probably they're the favorite to win the Super Bowl this year. But once they lift that trophy, if that happens, it would not be a shock if this whole thing comes undone.
So I asked a diehard Patriots fan about this, and they said the Patriots always do well when there's a little bit of tension.
True.
Patriots swear by this, Patriots fans, one fan in particular. So let's see what happens next year.
It's going to be really interesting.
I want to head out west. What is this talk about the Raiders and this new coach?
It's a Friday. Should I be positive? Should I try to put a good spin? They're going to pay Jon Gruden $100 million, $10 million a year for 10 years to be the head coach. And he has been the great white whale for a lot of teams over the last few years.
My Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He won a Super Bowl
Super Bowl
with Tony Dungy's players.
I know some people would say Tony Dungy.
If you want to put a positive spin on it, this is a guy who's done a great job as a broadcaster. People have coveted him as a head coach. It's been almost a decade since he coached, and it's a great win for Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders, to get him to come out of the booth and to be the guy on the sidelines. The unfortunate reality, when sort of the shine goes away and the headlines stop being so positive, is that he hasn't coached the NFL in 10 years, and the game moves on very quickly. And when he last coached in Tampa, it wasn't very impressively. 9 wins in his last year, 9 years wins the year before that, 4 the year before that. He was decidedly mediocre. I think it's very, very unlikely he's going to have the kind of certain success that most people think that he will, and that $100 million should certainly buy you.
How much?
$100 million. $100 million.
$100 million for a man who hasn't coached in how many years?
It's been a while, almost 10.
All right, not my team, but.
Good job, Raiders.
So I want to ask you, though, the big story also this weekend, now the college national championships. We've got Georgia versus Alabama Monday night. Do you think the right teams won this go-round?
Yeah, I think the best teams got in. I know people don't want to hear that unless you're an SEC fan, because these are obviously both SEC schools, but Alabama takes down the #1 team in the country in Clemson. Georgia wins that thriller against Oklahoma in double overtime. Alabama's a 4-point favorite. And, yeah, these are the best 2 teams in the country. And as much as I think most fans like me would like to see the playoff expand from 4 teams now to maybe 8, this is so much better than a few years ago when the BCS was just 2 schools. These are the best 2 teams in the country, and it's going to be a great game.
So I got to ask you, who you think is going to win?
I know everybody hates Nick Saban. I actually like Nick Saban, even though he's sort of ornery to be around. He is 11-0 against former assistants. Kirby Smart is a former assistant. I think that Alabama team and that defense is going to be too much. I think Vegas gets it right like they usually do. I think Alabama, I think they're national champions.
All right. Hold you to it next week.
Rams and Tide.
Bill Reiter, thank you so much for joining us, Bill.
You bet.